Frostbite and a Cookie, and a bit of a stretch. You have either Remnant, but that one's going to be hard to land. And Slark can purge off all of this if he times it well. So I think Alliance, absolutely paramount this game. Get off to a good start in the lanes, and you need, honestly, just stellar positioning on supports in this game to not just end up feeding.
Right. I mean, last game T1 got off to a really good start and just I mean, that was basically the game. It felt like it just snowballed out of control of Alliance, and they weren't able to really do much from there on out. As top lane, we are seeing some action. Zephyr playing the Treant Protector, which we'll talk about in just a moment here. Actually, we can do it now, Cinder. Your thoughts on this pick, since a lot of other teams don't pick Treant at all.
Yeah.
But T1, one of the few exceptions.
I had this theory, actually, that so in the group stage, we had a couple of games with Quincy Crew. I think that was in day one, where they picked Treant in 2 games in a row, and it just didn't really work for them. And I had this theory, okay, maybe they've been scrimming against T1 and been rolled. Because like almost no other team, like you said, plays it. Oh, Zephyr is in trouble. He will be fine, though. No, almost no other team plays it, and it's been respect banned against T1 by basically every team. PSG even yesterday showing respect to Zephyr's Treant, so we'll see what it's all about here. I honestly like that Alliance let it through to change things up in this game, because obviously the last game just wasn't working out. So they're choosing to give something else over and see what they can do about it. Unfortunately, to me, this is a really good Treant Protector lane, so I don't think they address the hero very well in the laning stage, and that's a really big part of what T1 use it for, is this hyper-aggressive play coming out from Zephyr.
Yep, and Zephyr, of course. I mean, Tree as a hero, highest base damage in the entire game, so the level 1 potential in terms of just trading right clicks is better than anybody in the entire game. As you can see, Karl playing the Ember Spirit this time around versus Limp's Void Spirit, so the Spirit Brothers at it again. What's relatively even right now is, I mean, who would you favor just hero-to-hero matchup between these two?
In the mid lane?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much a wash. Honestly, this lane very often ends with a draw. Comes down to who gets the first gank, or like sometimes I think the player who's most likely to find a kill, or the hero rather, that's most likely to find a kill in this lane is probably the Ember. But either way, it generally comes off the back of overconfidence, overstepping to get CS. You're going to see them play completely neck and neck here, right? They're getting the exact same CS, the exact same items. Literally identical inventories, just with different item orientation. Same number of bottle charges. Oh, Karl used his Tango.
Oh boy.
You gotta follow suit. Doesn't matter your full health. Do it for the fans.
Yeah, do it for the fans.
And he's gonna have to use it now.
Cookie's gonna connect onto Whitemon in the bot lane. Looks like he'll be safe. Using an Earth Spike to just try to trade a little bit of damage going their way. I mean, this is the lane we haven't talked about yet, but 23 Savage playing the Slark against a Tidehunter, which historically is pretty good for Slark in terms of the mid to late game once you get past the laning stage. Because you have just this fat, tanky hero that you can just get stacks off of. It's Cuckoo. It looks like FNG is going to take a tumble here. So First Blood goes the way of T1 with the Enchant Totem. And actually the thing I had to hold that thought. Double Impale coming out from Whitemon again. S4 gets hexed, and there's the pounce. It does connect. Popping the wand, keeping alive a little bit longer, but 23 Savage.
Farming closest tower anyway, and I don't think FNG could have done that much about it. So.
Yeah, you can see in terms of CS, Karl just slightly ahead of Limp right now as he's going to get the Sleight of Fist. Here comes Zephyr from the side. Gets off the Nature's Grasp, going to slow a bit with that Leech Seed as well. Limp in quite a bit of trouble. Pops a Fairy Fire. TP support coming.
He's dead.
Zephyr. Yeah, the last Sleight of Fist, and now FNG might be in some trouble.
He's dead.
Double Remnant. Zephyr will be able to get up a couple right clicks along with the Leech Seed again coming online. So double kill for Karl to start this game. T1.
And now Karl is going to pull significantly ahead. He's level 6.5 against Limp's 5.75. I think Karl's net worth has to be up by a few hundred. 800 or 700, pardon me.
Yeah, Limp trying to get some retribution here onto Karl.
Oh, he does
get the stun. Yeah, Karl needs to back up despite Whitemon being here. Well, never mind, Zephyr's on the high ground as well. It's a 3v1.
Oh, if Limp dies here, this is
he gets hexed as well. T1 looking for another kill on the mid laner for Alliance. Oh, he gets off. Oh, he's going to mitigate a little bit of damage there. Turning it around. Gets 2 kills before dying. At least get something out of it this time, Cinderman. Karl.
And then, okay, if you want to let that through, that's fine. But you also picked a carry that Slark loves facing, so you made this game even more enjoyable. And it's always important. Okay, hang on, Hanskin.
Whitemon's going to be there. Here. Be able to clean him up pretty easily. A little bit late to the party is Limp. He gets a haster at the very least. To be fair, it's gotten a lot better over the course of the last few years because everybody's getting farmed now. Yep, we have the Hex to start things out from Whitemon. This might be another death, but Cookie keeps him alive a little bit longer, but not long enough. FNG not able to save his mid laner. Limp now with 23 Savage. Trying to get some trade off
Let's
here.
try dive here. This is dangerous though. Yeah, he's going to think twice
especially
about it.
23 Savage having his ult, so a lot of passive regen now. Karl gets off the searing chains. S4 is going to apply the Ravage. Will it save his life? Negatory. Sleight of Fish finishes him off, but Limp & Company might be able to get some beautiful trades here. Karl does one more Sleight of Fist, but dies shortly after. In the meantime, 23 Savage destroys Crystal Maiden despite getting that freezing field out for about a half a second. Hanskin looks to be next on the menu, but he does get Cookie off in time. 23 Savage, okay, we have the Mortimer's Kisses from afar, but they're going to go for the lip kill. They'll get it successfully. It'll cost him his life. We've seen this tournament for sure. Getting really big value out of that. Zephyr, Cookie connects on top of him. He's going to be taken out very quickly. Never mind. It's the overgrowth off. They got a little bit too confident. Finally gets taken out though, but the TPs are here from T1 trying to turn this around. Limp takes a tumble. 3 dead so quickly in favor of T1. Hanskin will get hexed as well.
Limp
really fast compared to what we're used to. Oh, we're going to see a big collision here. Yeah, that's true. Fake grenade on Earthshaker, pretty disgusting. S4 trying to tank things up as the initiation comes. Karl, we see the BKB picked up, or popped by 23 Savage, going to town on S4 in the meantime. You can see Ember Spirit creating so much space on the backline. Nico Baby forced his ult out. Now Hanskin not quite going to die here. It's nice taunt onto Karl, but there's the double kill with the Sleight of Fist. He's taking a lot of damage though. Can he get out in time? It's 23 Savage just focusing on Nico Baby. There's the overgrowth to keep them in place. There's so many stacks now, but finally the Ravage comes out onto S4, but it's not going to matter, Cinderin. This is going to be a full team wipe for T1, and they barely took any damage.
It's such a godly fight from Karl. He just does everything right. S4 with Hood, Halberd, at least has some sort of defensive tool against that Slark, but the problem is you can outlast, but can you even kill? That doesn't make sense. Outlast was the wrong word. Okay, Nico Baby.
Nico Baby. He gets off his ult. They're just going to try to withstand it. FNG and company have come to help out as well. Sleight of Fist doing so much to have FNG again dead. No big surprise. There's the searing chains now. Nico Baby trying to stay alive, but it looks like the right clicks will come through. 23 Savage getting that one with the BKB activated, and they're not done yet. Looks like Hansking is next on the list as S4 and Alliance are starting to crumble here, Cinderin. T1 looking primed to take this series 2-0. They lose missing, I mean, again, this is hindsight, but burst damage against Slark would be very nice in this scenario.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Jump in from Karl. Looks like FNG is just going to die. No, actually lives with barely any HP, and then finally gets taken out first as Karl will go back to safety. 23 Savage on the back line now, trying to target Limp. You see the fissure come out as well. BKB dodging the Ravage as a result. Limp is going to stay alive though. Mortimer's Kisses from afar. Cuckoo taking the brunt of the damage here. Looks like he's going to drop the first to fall for T1, but 23 Savage looks perfectly healthy for now. Pops his ult.
He still
gets one kill. Nico Baby very low on mana, which means he is very susceptible to die here, Cinder. 23 Savage resetting, going back in, buyback. You see the mana drain coming from Whitemon as well. Nico Baby pops the wand, but to little avail. Zephyr does get off his ult, but the finger of death taking Nico Baby out in spades. No buyback for him. You see a nice freezing field come out, but it's going to result in the kill of Karl. In the meantime, beautiful kill on the 2. S4 on the run, trying to get back into this base. Is 23 Savage not scared of anything because that Aegis is still intact.
That was maybe a little bit too cute there from Savage, but he's obviously able to reset out of here. He wasn't expecting that burst of damage coming in from the tree line, so if you do set it up here for Alliance, it could work. Okay, instantly breaking the smoke.
Yeah, nice. We got the ensnare coming out as well. BKB, there's the Echo Slam onto 2. Limp already dead in this engagement. 2 dead for Alliance to start this fight out. Nico Baby getting mana drain for a little bit of time here. It's 23 Savage. Now just focusing on Nico Baby along with Cuckoo, getting the stuns out. We'll see how that status resist works from this time. But the mana drain from that Diffusal and the Essention stacks are just getting out of control for T1. They only lose their support Lion and get 4 kills as the trade.
And they know the word is there because of Shadow Dance. So get rid of that immediately. Nico Baby is exposed here. Alliance are trying to bait him. They really want this fight where they go on Nico. They feel like it's their only chance, and I agree with this 100%.
Smoke up as well. And Scoreboards gets popped. The Ember Spirit on the backline again. Ravage comes out from S4. 23 Savage does take considerable damage, but again, FNG dies at the beginning of the fight. Karl, look at how much space he's creating. Just absolutely decimates Hanskin with just his remnants. Whitemon jumps in with the finger of death. 3 dead for Alliance, and they are likely out of TI-10 after this fight. Medusa takes a tumble. Triple kill for Karl, and S4 finally goes goes down. He's the only remaining member for Alliance with buyback. They call GG, and T1 moves on. Cinderant, Alliance out.
Yeah, there's just no doubt about it after watching these two games. T1 just clearly the better team at this event. Alliance got completely rolled both games.